So, I messed up. It is actually week 16, and it is September 13th, 2021. I believe I say in my intro that it's week 15 of garden tours, and it's not. It's week 16. So, hopping on here quickly to fix that. Enjoy the rest of this week's video. Welcome back to Prairie.306. Sorry, distracted by my cat. Hi, Bear. And Zero. This is week 15 of the garden tours, and we are getting to the end of it, guys. Nights are getting cold. We don't have frost yet, thankfully. However, nights are getting pretty chilly. We've got one night where we're supposed to get down to 2. I catch myself a couple times in the first part of the video here because I say -2. It's not -2, it's just 2. We don't have any negative temperatures yet, but they're coming. So at this point, I'm letting things go. My pepper plants in the back, you'll see they're really sad. Like, done sad, because I watered them, and even watering them, they're not bouncing back anymore, so they'll get harvested. Pretty much anything that's left still has stuff growing on it, so I'm just letting it wait until the frost eventually takes the plant, and then I'll go through and I'll harvest everything. Fighting with my sunflower because it's being a pain still. I just want it to open and be beautiful and glorious, but it's taking its time. I'm hoping that it opens pretty soon here and that I get to enjoy it for a little bit before the frost. Yeah, other than that, a bunch of stuff came out. Cause yeah, it's the end of the season. Getting pretty darn close. And it's sad. Like, obviously, I'm getting bummed talking about it, but it's part and parcel of gardening. And then the benefit is you get to plan next year based off of what you learned this year. And I will be looking at the almanac, actually, for next year, because I didn't do that this year, and it kind of bit me, because all of my root vegetables pretty much failed. I have a couple pictures that I'll probably scoot in the end of this, after the announcement. Yes, there is an announcement, but you gotta wait till the end of the video to see it. Yeah. With the cooler temperatures, things are blooming as well, which I'm kind of like, better late than never, I suppose. Yeah. But anyways, without further ado, get you going on the garden tour here. The other I want to say downside, but some people might say benefit, is these videos are going to get shorter because there's less to look at. Anyways, though, get you started. Hi, Panda. Get you started on the tour, and then see you back at the end for the announcement. Okay. So, starting to let the grass go a little longer now because it's getting a little chillier, and you want to leave your grass long because then your roots are long, and then it has a better chance of surviving your winters. So this will be going in this week because we're going to have a night that gets down to like not minus, but it's going to get down to 2. Going to be checking for seed pods as well, probably pulling all of these out and then leave that for the year. And then this, we're also not talking about that sunflower right now because I'm mad at it. Anyways, so everything has decided to flower because the temperature's chilled and it wasn't so unbelievably warm. My big booty spider is also doing well. I'm not going to show her because I actually got complaints about my last video where she was in it. But I do have pictures, so I might post them on my Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, you'll have to see pictures of her. So, we got flowers. The dahlias did open. And there's one over there that I will give a nice close-up of because it is beautiful. The lilies never flowered, which I actually expected at this point because I planted them started them inside and kind of messed up. But that's okay, because at least I can pull the bulbs and have the bulbs for next year. So, yeah, our temperatures are getting colder, so I'm kind of just letting things go now. Because our first predicted frost was supposed to be on Saturday, and we were lucky enough that we did not. However, it's Saskatchewan, and temperatures change quick. And like I said, we do have one night where we get down to down to 2. And I don't think there's a frost warning for it yet, but that could very easily change. So, anyways, yeah, got the osteos are flowering again. And the blue boys came in. They actually look not too terrible for being chewed on by grasshoppers. I wish they weren't laying, but it is what it is. And then this one is a Thomas Edison. It's not the really beautiful one that's over there. What else do we got? We got grasshoppers as always. We got another blue boy here. This one's really pretty. And then the Thomas Edison. So beautiful. I love that color. I don't think my chocolate ruffle made it, which doesn't surprise me. The clematis is not blooming right now, but it is still climbing, which is awesome. This coral bell is doing very lovely. Lots of sunflowers. Lots of sunflowers. Which are just blowing my mind. I have been shaming the heck out of this mammoth sunflower. I'll actually come up on the porch and talk about it because this plant. And the canna is still doing very well. This is all, I'm letting these go. I will be taking clippings of those and putting them inside for next year. You can hear my neighbor's dogs. Yeah, we will be getting a compost setup of some sort, and if not, we will actually be we'll be giving them to the fiance's grandmother to put in her compost because we used some of her compost this year in the back. So yes, make sure there's no wasps. This sunflower is taking its sweet time opening, and I'm dying for it to open. Hopefully tomorrow. I was hoping for this weekend, but apparently not. And now it's Monday, and still not. And it is a single solitary head, so I'm like, come on. And then there's a little friend, the little ladybug hanging out. Yeah. Not really a whole heck of a lot to show other than the garden in its end phases. Because that's what this is. It's end phases. However, this canna is still blooming and putting out stalks for me, which I won't complain about. There's been a couple people who have told me that I should be cutting this back and letting it die. But then there's other people who tell me that I should wait until it dies naturally. And I think I'm going to do that because if I leave the leaves on, it feeds the rhizomes and the bulbs for next year. There's also more seed pods too. So anyways, that's, yeah, quick whirlwind tour of the front, and now we'll go take a look at the back in its end phases. This is gonna make you sad. Makes me sad. So, letting the pepper plants go. Gonna be harvesting pretty much any pepper that's on them right now. I watered them. They're not coming back. They're not liking the cold temperatures. Pretty much all of tomato row is gone. We're waiting to put the dirt baskets in the garden bed. We have to wait until we pull stuff out of the garden bed. And the garden bed is actually doing a little bit better than the stairs did. The stairs got nailed with the hail. So, yeah. We got sad peppers. And the bean shelf is torn down, and the Tabasco plant is torn down. The pot plant is gone. There's going to be a whole buttload of yellowed tomatoes to come out. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be doing with that. The okra is still producing. There are corn cobs. I'm not sure if there will be corn, but there are corn cobs. I got some zinnias and cosmos flowering. And a lot of pulled plants, because again, we're either going to be taking those to Ian's grandmother to put in her composter, making sure that there's no pests or anything because we don't want to compromise her compost, or we'll be having our own composter and putting all those in there. I stole a hosta from a friend's house on Saturday night. She said I could. It's gonna go up front when the dahlias come out. Right now it's sitting in a bag. Yeah, tomato jungle is still doing well. My one cucumber I'm gonna pull there. Oh, I can't see it. Hold on. My one cucumber that I'm going to make a Ziploc bag pickle out of, and everybody laughs at me because they think I'm not gonna, but I am. Yeah, there's a lot of tomatoes that need to ripen in a hurry, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. So they may be counter tomatoes for a while they ripen. But yeah, everything's managing, I want to say, if that's even the right word. Was talking to one of the neighbors there. She has a little patio garden on her deck, and she was saying much along the lines of what I've been saying, is that it's just been a very weird year. Stuff that usually does well did not do well. She did say that she has had two bad years for cucumbers, which made me feel a little bit better because my last 2 years have not been super awesome either. Yeah, so sink into the mud here. I believe these are not my black beauties because they're little. I believe this is an offshoot of the midnight snack. So those are going to be good. I'm excited about those. Then my lemon blush are almost ready. Should probably pull those too, actually. Let's see here. Are you guys ready yet? Oh, not quite yet. Not quite yet. But yeah, there's a fair amount of tomatoes in here. And, yeah, it's going to be interesting to pull them. Let's see what else. Oh, I'm stuck. Zucchini is still chugging along. I don't know if I'm actually going to get any more zucchini because I think my bees are going to bed. Ouch. And, you know, the plants are coming to their end here. I got eggplants, 2 eggplants to harvest, and then these plants are probably going to end up coming out because I don't have enough time for them to produce anything, which is kind of how it goes sometimes. My onions are ready to pull. I've got peppers that are ready to pull. I've got celery that can come out. Peppers that can come out. Bugs that want to be my friends. My squash is getting pretty done. I'm gonna have to check that and see how close we are to done. No watermelon this year, which I'm not surprised by. For being totally honest, I was overzealous with my desires. My lettuce bed, which got destroyed by grasshoppers. And my potatoes, which I will be harvesting right away, I think. I probably need 2 hands to do these. If there's even potatoes. Because that's the other thing. They might... Oh no, there is potatoes! Yes! Oh, that is awesome. Cool, so I know what I'm doing when I'm done this. I'm going to be pulling potatoes. Excellent. I grew that. That's awesome. I grew that. But yeah, that's pretty much what a coming to an end garden kind of looks like. It's been a hot, warm, weird year. Next year I'm probably gonna plant more drought resistant plants, so like the corn, maybe tomatoes, maybe not tomatoes that get to be that big, because that's excessive. I'm super excited actually to pull those tomato plants out because I want to see what the roots look like. Because if the tomato plants are that big, the roots have to be pretty significant too. So that's going to be exciting. Yeah. That's really all there is to it. Short video because there's not really a whole lot to see as things come to an end, and I'm just grateful of pretty much any day at this point that I get that I still have a garden to look out on, because before I know it, this is going to be empty again. But the benefit of that is I will get to plan out next year, or start planning out next year, which is always fun as well. But it is sad to see the garden ending, but that's what happens in a short season. So yeah, I'm actually not going to do a sign off just quite yet, because I have a little clip that I've got to add at the end here about a contest that I'm going to be running that has to do with these tomato plants. So you'll see that in just a couple seconds here. Okay, so I'm putting on a little contest for when I rip out my tomato jungle. Because they're indeterminate tomatoes, they don't really ever stop growing. So I am putting on a contest to have someone guess the tallest tomato plant. Without going over, we're going to do Price is Right rules. There'll be documentation of every tomato plant that comes out, measured and all that kind of stuff. And the person who is the closest to the tallest tomato will get a set of knitted coasters that have a sunflower on them that I will be making. I don't have a picture of them yet because I have to finalize the design, and my tomato plants aren't ready to come out. But there will be a post, probably on my personal Facebook, because I haven't been using my Facebook profile for Prairie.306. I might post it on Instagram as well. I'll put those links in the description when I get them set up. So check back on this video for that link to put your guesses in. And yes, whoever gets closest to the tallest tomato height without going over will win a set of coasters, hand-knit sunflower coasters. So everybody keep your eyes peeled for that, because that should be probably in the next couple days. Yeah, that's it for this week's video. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Monday afternoon in September, in the middle of September. Yeah, cruising around what's left in my little patch of paradise. And I will hopefully see you guys next week. For another tour. If there's not another tour, that'll be the wrap up. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great week. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.